Welcome to Stoic Mindset, where we explore the timeless wisdom of Stoicism to help you cultivate a resilient and peaceful mind. Stoicism, as a philosophy, teaches us how to remain grounded, how to keep our minds clear even amidst life's challenges, and how to live in harmony with the world around us. One of the key areas where Stoicism can be applied is in relationships, particularly romantic ones, where emotional balance and self-awareness are essential for long-term success. Today, we delve into these principles to uncover 9 things men should avoid doing with women, using Stoicism as a guide. Let's embark on this journey together, exploring how to maintain inner tranquility while fostering deep, meaningful connections with those we care about most. Number 1, don't be overly attached. Stoicism teaches us the importance of practicing detachment, which doesn't mean becoming emotionally distant or indifferent, but rather cultivating an understanding that everything, including relationships, is temporary. It's natural to develop emotional bonds in romantic relationships, but we must remember that nothing lasts forever. Life is unpredictable, and circumstances can change without warning. When we allow ourselves to become overly attached, we risk developing unhealthy dependency on the other person. This attachment often leads to anxiety, fear, and the constant worry that we may lose what we cherish. You might find yourself overanalyzing every conversation, overthinking every action, and becoming fixated on keeping the relationship intact at all costs. This mindset only brings stress, insecurity, and ultimately suffering. Stoicism encourages us to embrace impermanence and enjoy the moments we have without trying to cling to them. Appreciate the present and the shared experiences without letting them define your sense of self-worth. Learn to enjoy the beauty of the moment while understanding that change is a natural part of life. By doing this, you can cultivate a stronger, more resilient emotional state, where your happiness doesn't depend on the presence or approval of another person. When we loosen our grip, we create space for a relationship to grow naturally, without the weight of excessive expectations. Number 2, avoid jealousy. Jealousy is one of the most destructive emotions we can experience, and in relationships, it often arises from feelings of insecurity, fear of inadequacy, or fear of losing something we think belongs to us. Stoicism teaches us that these fears are misplaced because we do not own other people or their affections. A Stoic man understands that he cannot control the actions of others. He cannot control who his partner interacts with, how she spends her time, or the decisions she makes. The only thing he can control is his own reaction to these situations. Jealousy clouds judgment and prevents us from seeing clearly. It causes unnecessary conflict and tension, both within ourselves and with our partner. It's important to recognize that jealousy doesn't protect a relationship, it damages it. Rather than succumbing to this negative emotion, Stoicism encourages us to practice trust, both in ourselves and in our partner. Trust is built on mutual respect and the understanding that each individual has their own free will. A Stoic man does not try to control his partner's actions, but instead works on strengthening his own sense of self-worth. He knows that his inner peace and happiness come from within, not from external validation or attempts to control those around him. By letting go of jealousy, we create a space for deeper, more authentic connections. Number 3, don't try to control her. One of the most fundamental principles of Stoicism is the distinction between what we can control and what we cannot. We have control over our own thoughts, actions, and responses, but we do not have control over others. This includes our romantic partners. Trying to control another person, particularly someone we love, not only sets us up for frustration, but also harms the relationship. Control creates an imbalance of power, fosters resentment and erodes the mutual respect that is vital for a healthy connection. Many men, driven by fear or insecurity, attempt to control their partner's behavior, whether it's through constant questioning, monitoring her actions, or trying to influence her decisions. However, this approach is counterproductive. A Stoic man understands that a relationship built on trust and autonomy is far more sustainable and fulfilling than one built on control. By respecting her independence and her ability to make her own choices, you show a deep level of trust and maturity. Let go of the need to direct her life or decisions, and instead focus on your own actions, your own personal growth, and the cultivation of your virtues. A Stoic man leads by example, demonstrating the values of patience, respect, and inner strength. Number 4, avoid complaining. Complaining is often a sign of discontent and frustration, and it reflects a lack of gratitude for the present moment and the people in our lives. When we complain, we focus on the negative aspects of a situation rather than seeking constructive solutions. Complaining not only drains our own energy, but also creates a negative atmosphere in our relationships. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot. When we complain about things that are out of our control, whether it's small inconveniences or larger issues in the relationship, we're essentially resisting reality. This resistance only leads to greater frustration and disconnection. A Stoic man approaches challenges with a calm and constructive mindset, always seeking solutions rather than dwelling on problems. When we focus on solutions instead of complaints, we create a healthier dynamic in our relationships. Gratitude is a key practice in Stoicism, and by shifting our focus toward what we are grateful for, we can transform how we interact with our partner. Rather than highlighting what's wrong, we should aim to acknowledge what's right and work together toward positive outcomes. This approach fosters a supportive, harmonious environment where both individuals can grow. Number 5, don't be dishonest. Honesty is one of the most important virtues in Stoicism. Without honesty, we cannot cultivate meaningful relationships, nor can we live in alignment with our own values. Dishonesty, whether in the form of small lies or significant deceit, undermines the trust that forms the foundation of any relationship. When you lie to your partner, you're not only deceiving her, but also distancing yourself from the truth, which ultimately causes internal conflict and disharmony. Stoicism teaches us that living a virtuous life means being truthful, even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. Lies may offer a temporary escape from difficult situations, but they inevitably create more problems in the long run. A relationship built on dishonesty will crumble, as it lacks the integrity necessary for growth and understanding. A Stoic man values truth, not because it's always easy, but because it leads to deeper connection and respect. Even when it's uncomfortable, being forthright and open with your partner is the path to a stronger, healthier relationship. Honesty allows for vulnerability, and vulnerability fosters trust and deeper emotional bonds. Number 6, avoid neglecting her needs. Relationships require attention, empathy, and understanding. It's easy to become so focused on our own needs and goals that we lose sight of our partner's desires and concerns. Neglecting your partner's emotional, physical, or psychological needs is a form of selfishness, and it can slowly erode the trust and connection you've built. Stoicism teaches us to be mindful not only of our own needs, but also of the needs of others. A relationship is a partnership, and both individuals must feel valued and heard. While Stoicism emphasizes self-sufficiency and inner resilience, it also teaches the importance of community, compassion, and caring for others. Pay attention to her needs and make an effort to understand how she feels. This doesn't mean sacrificing your own well-being, but it does mean making space for her emotional experience and supporting her when she needs it. A Stoic man is not cold or detached, but mindful and considerate, recognizing that love and kindness are expressions of virtue. When we neglect the needs of those we love, we fail to embody the very virtues we seek to cultivate. Number 7, don't be overly critical. Constructive feedback is essential for growth, but constant criticism can be damaging and harmful to a relationship. If you're always pointing out faults, focusing on what's wrong, and neglecting to acknowledge what's right, you risk diminishing your partner's confidence and creating an environment of negativity. Stoicism teaches us to focus on positive growth and to encourage others with kindness and patience. In relationships, it's important to strike a balance between offering helpful feedback and being overly critical. Criticism, especially when it's constant or harsh, can lead to feelings of inadequacy and resentment. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, try to see the strengths in your partner and support her in a way that's encouraging rather than damaging. A Stoic man practices compassion and seeks to uplift those around him. By focusing on the positive qualities of your partner and offering support with patience and understanding, you create an environment of growth and mutual respect. Criticism should be given with care and consideration, always with the goal of helping the relationship flourish, not tearing it down. Number 8, avoid being self-centered. Stoicism teaches us the importance of self-awareness and the ability to step outside of ourselves to consider the experiences and perspectives of others. In a relationship, being self-centered means prioritizing your own needs, desires, and problems at the expense of your partner's. It's easy to get caught up in our own concerns, but a relationship requires mutual respect, understanding, and the willingness to listen. If you're always talking about yourself or focusing on your own challenges without taking the time to engage with your partner's thoughts and feelings, you're neglecting an essential part of connection. Stoicism encourages us to be humble, to recognize that we are not the center of the universe, and to consider how our actions affect those around us. A Stoic man is aware of his own limitations and seeks to understand others with an open heart and mind. By being present and genuinely interested in your partner's perspective, you foster a deeper connection and create space for a more balanced relationship. A relationship is a two-way street, and both individuals must feel seen, heard, and appreciated. Number 9, don't hold grudges. Holding on to resentment or past wrongs only harms your own peace of mind and creates unnecessary tension in your relationship. Stoicism teaches us the importance of forgiveness, not for the sake of the other person, but for our own emotional well-being. When we hold on to grudges, we tether ourselves to negative emotions that prevent healing, growth, and progress. A Stoic man understands that everyone makes mistakes and that harboring anger or resentment only keeps us trapped in the past. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is a liberating act that allows us to let go of the emotional baggage that weighs us down. By practicing forgiveness, we free ourselves from the burden of resentment and create space for a more harmonious, peaceful relationship. It's important to remember that forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior, but rather choosing to release the anger and move forward with compassion. A Stoic man values inner peace above all and knows that letting go of grudges is essential for maintaining a calm and balanced mind. Conclusion. In conclusion, relationships are one of the most significant aspects of life, and Stoicism offers timeless guidance for navigating them with wisdom, patience, and emotional balance. By avoiding these 9 behaviors, men can foster healthier, more harmonious relationships with the women in their lives. Remember, Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions, but mastering them. It's about cultivating a mindset that leads to lasting peace and contentment. Relationships are not about control or attachment, but about growth, respect, and the mutual pursuit of virtue. Through the practice of Stoic principles, we can develop relationships that reflect our highest values and create meaningful connections based on trust, love, and emotional resilience. Thank you for watching Stoic Mindset. If you found value in this video, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share it with those who may benefit from this wisdom. Remember, true strength lies in resilience and the pursuit of virtue. Stay strong, stay resilient, and live with purpose. See you in the next video.